Here I have a state-of-the-art digital accordion made by Roland. This is the brand new 8X. It is kind of a combination of the 1X, 3X, and 7X. Has all the best features, plus a lot more. The physical modeling is greatly improved. When you play this accordion, it feels just like a real accordion. If I'm holding keys, the bellows will go out. If I'm not pressing anything, they stay there. So it really has the ability to feel like an accordion. It has that air flow. So you no longer have a ring around your air button. That is removed, and you can actually program the looseness and tightness here with the interface. And so just going over what do we have here on the grill. First we have our power button. I just recently hit that, so it is on. Then we have a charge button. Whenever you want to plug in and charge, you just plug it right into the accordion. There's no longer a foot pedal. That is now unnecessary and has been replaced by chin switches, so that you can change voices and parts. Then we have our volume control knob, our balance knobs between bass and treble section. We have our data enter knob, which we use in our menu. Here we have our menu buttons. And then we have our very familiar set buttons. And this is kind of the quick way to get started. You just go through these, and I can see on my color LEDs screen that there's a selection of concert accordions, classical, jazz, there's French jazz, Italian, folk, Dutch folk or German, French folk, Spanish folk, ballroom, bandoneon, alpine, Cajun, Tex-Mex, and so on. There are quite a few of these, and a lot of them are similar to what you may have experienced on the 7X. One thing that I really like to note is that the speakers on this are just really incredible. It's almost just a whole brand new experience. The quality of Roland's sound modeling really comes through on this one. So it really is quite the experience. We have speakers on both sides. So apart from our sets, we have a number of registers here, and in any of those sets, basically they're modeling a different accordion, and then just like on a real accordion, we have these register switches selecting different reeds. So these, as you might guess, organ, accordion, violin, master, musette, so on. Most of the accordions have 5 reeds, so you'll have a lot of options. And then there's a master palm switch here that will quickly take you into master. Okay, and then we have these 4 buttons here. These are controlling our left hand functions. So you no longer have to hold down 3 buttons to access either free bass or your orchestra bass or your orchestra chords. These are all now here on the right hand for convenience. And so I'll just click our orchestra bass, and you can hear some of the functions we have. We have 7 switches here on the left. It's kind of a tuba or something. Electric bass. Another electric bass. That one is an organ. Actually, I can read them right here. This is a fingered bass. Oop. This is a bowed bass, upright bass. And this is an acoustic bass, pizzicato. And then we have our orchestral basses that we can switch. So here, the first one, let me see. First switch here is our saxophone. Now we have saxophone plus trombone. And then we have steel guitar, Roland piano, a super poly, a TW lower, sounds like an organ. Then we have strings. All these are bellows sensitive, and again, I cannot emphasize enough how sensitive it is. The swelling functions really come through, especially on the strings. Okay, so then we have our right hands we can go over. We have orchestra, a whole bunch of orchestra settings. And so let's see, this first, we have Orchestra 1 and Orchestra 2 now. And so in either of those sections, we're going to have all these 14 switches with 2 functions. So really, you're going to have 28 28 voices for your first orchestra setting, 28 for your second. So you have quite a few options there. The first one here is our natural piano. Again, these are not only bellow sensitive, but also touch sensitive. Okay, and then again, for this first one, we have either natural piano or toggles to piano and string. So here is where the push and pull of the bellows comes in. If I use if I press with the bellows hard, you can hear that the string is coming through, and then the piano will diminish as it would normally. And then so we have a whole range here. Let me just we have electric piano, vibes, organ, flute, harmonica, acoustic guitar, nylon guitar, distorted guitar, we have a clean solid. Then we have strings, jazz scat, and here's another one highlighting that touch sensitivity. Then we have our power brass, and then we have our another form of power brass. Then we have twin trumpet, twin trombones, alto sax, and then we have our clarinet. And so again, for any of these, I can toggle. So for instance, that clarinet, when I toggle that, it gives me a flute. Orchestra 2, I will go through them quickly. We have Rhodes piano, clavichords, Celeste, chapel organ, big lead, nylon and steel, guitar plus scat, overdrive, orchestra, holy voices, brass, horn and orchestra, soprano, and oboe. And then again, you know, if I hit that 2-1, the second toggle there, if I hit that one again, it gives me a shakuhachi, a very obscure instrument. So you can tell that it has a very ample range of you can select any kind of instrument imaginable. In fact, you can even add drums. So here, our next button, if we're going down this way, we have our drums. And that's going to add it in the bass. And so really, if I don't push or pull, it just plays the drums. And the drums are also going to be, you know, specific to the set you're in, or however you want to define those parameters. Then we can send our bass to the treble. So that's our acoustic bass. And then we have user program. User program is going to allow us to access a whole bunch of different sets, essentially. It's going to change all the parameters. So I hit that button, and now it gives me a bank 1, and then I have another 14 selections within that first bank. And so just to give you an idea, the first one here is polka. Let me take off the bass to treble and go to our accordion. Take that off. Then we have, within that first set, I'll continue, we have tango. Here's a cool static drum roll going on. That's pretty interesting. And then, so I can either use this data enter knob or I can hit any of these switches. We have cha-cha-cha, Vienna, tarantella, country, Parisian, New York, and then if I go into our second set of user presets, user programs rather, we have jingle, Christmas, and a lot of these, you know, it's probably a good way of expanding a repertoire because maybe you don't know what sounds are going to be happening, and it kind of inspires you to learn a new style. Here's one, bossa. So it sounds like we have an acoustic guitar, we have percussion, claves, and shakers, and an electric bass. Let's see, we got jazz, organs, strings, big band. Let's keep going. We have song list. This is for if you have your USB. You'll notice that there's a spot here in the front now, so you can put in your USB thumb drive to access different song lists. These are, you know, so that you can play to them as if you're accompanying it, or as if it is accompanying you. And then we have down here player. So here's where we can record ourselves practicing, play it back, we can loop it, and so on. Very good tools for the practicing accordionist. And then we have these knobs down here, which should be familiar to you. These are almost like plugins or modeling effects of reverb, chorus, delay, and different effects that are assignable. So really you can see that this is vastly improved from what we've had previously, and it's I can really say that it's very comfortable to play, and it really does feel like a true accordion. So I really salute Roland for making this great product.